Two guys from two worlds. This is the FlipSide. New episodes uploaded on YouTube every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, your hosts, Jay and Noel. Good morning. Good morning. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Today is the 11th of June, 2023.
Oh, tomorrow is June 12th, which reminds me, it's Philippine
Happy
Independence
Independence Day.
Day. Yeah.
The big episode 50 today, half the century mark. I'm surprised we are still on, but welcome to the flip side with Jay and Noel. How's everybody doing today?
Did you just say half a century mark?
Isn't that what 50 is?
I get what you're trying to say, but I wanted to put that in context that it's half a century only and in 6 months, right? We've been doing this for 6 months.
6 months.
And that's only because we've been doing episodes twice a week. So we've been doubling up on episodes weekly. We just sent you the request, by the way. So
I am just hitting accept right now. Good morning, TikTok world. We are live. Hey, hit the like buttons, people. We'll go to youtube.com to FlipSide with Jay and Noel. We are recording a live episode right now. Okay. So like I said, 7:32 a.m. here in the US and 7:32 p.m. in the Philippines. Another rare occasion. We are both recording in the same day. That's my fault because my wife went galabanting again last night. Naggala-gala si Mrs.
Galabanting.
Oh, naggala-gala na naman.
Oh, before you start pointing out and recognizing the fact that I got laundry hanging on my right shoulder and I got a dog house that's got, well, we cleaned it up already, but there was like a lot of bones on that dog house a while ago. Because we were out gallivanting the past couple of days, also out seeing my son, part of which was this storm. So, there's like rain for the next 14 days or maybe a week. For the next week, there's rain in the forecast. So last night we were trying to figure out are we going to crash it, like check into some hostel or hotel to, spend the night so we don't like ride in the dark in the rain.
Right.
In the middle of it, I was like, okay, this is not going to work. Too much rain on my glasses and I can't see anything. We're going to get into an accident. It's not worth the risk to get home. And it was raining like 100% of the time. Especially at night on the motorcycle, lady in the back, and half of my, videography studio production is also at the back of my on the motorcycle because I had like a little shoot for a client
the other day.
In the middle of my son's visit. Yeah.
Got it.
Anyhow, the exciting part, which explains my dirty laundry, I put this here to sort of remind me it's not my snot. It's not for my snot, but I might use it in case of an emergency. But I thought I would put that there to remind me to tell you about the story. Nothing special happened aside from the fact that on the way home, so I kind of caved in and said, okay, let's just spend the money. Let's go into a hotel. And then as we were driving up to the one and only hotel that we had in mind, because everybody else has bad sheets, like really, really thin sheets and basically beds that were made for Instagram, but not for like real life people that want to go to bed and sleep. They were made for doing other things. So we like this specific one because we like the pillows and the sheets. Anyway, we were driving in.
Right.
And the car in front of me was being turned away already because there's no vacancy. There's no room. So we were like, what are we going to do? We'll try to find another place. No, we didn't want to go to a different place. I had glasses on. Tin had contact lenses on. We happened to have the same eye
grades.
Eye grade.
Yeah.
She had this crazy idea. Why don't I give you my contact lenses and I'll wear your glasses? Like, just to give you an idea of what kind of a cowgirl she is, right?
Oh my God, that actually worked. Did you actually do that?
we tried it, see how it worked. So I slapped it on, she put it on, and we were on our way.
Oh
But
my God.
that was the that was the that was nothing compared to the fact that we ended up doing it because before we really had no choice. There
Right.
were a couple of times that we had to crash because we didn't have any raincoats on, and what we're fighting against in the rain is pneumonia because it's really cold if you're
Mhm.
driving in the rain and the wind. But we had raincoats on this time, and I didn't realize. And the raincoats that we got are like jogging raincoats.
The
We got
windbreakers.
the windbreakers. I like this one because they're breathable. I mean,
Right.
you could feel sort of the wind going in and you don't feel too hot. If I'm wearing the regular raincoats that they sell here in like the Talipapa or the local market, they're raincoats that are really thick.
Mhm.
And so there's like no air going in and out of your, so you're not wet by the rain, but you're wet by the
But your
sweat
own
that
sweat. You're
your own
sweating in your
sweat.
own filth.
So the experience that I'm trying to share here with you is that we're driving in the rain wearing running raincoats, meaning they're really thin, really nice, breathable fabric,
Mm.
except the drizzle or the rain or
Mhm.
like little choo choo choo, like little bullets on your skin. It's like ow, ow, ow.
Right.
So I kind of felt like I was being bitten by bees while we were on the motorcycle. So we were driving slow and cautiously under the rain. And then I was thinking for like half a second, I was thinking, man, this is miserable. And then for the rest of the trip, I was like, hey, this is fun. I'm glad we get to do this. So I just wanted to share that in a sense that, like, what they say, this cliche thing about, it's about the journey, and it's about how you take,
Right.
the experiences to heart, and
Right.
like that kind of thing. Hey, couple of people saying hello on the chat here.
Hmm. Roster fights?
What's that all about?
What's that all about?
Maybe they're lost. Maybe they're in a different chat room.
Bald Tiger Woods. Yes, that's right. Bald.
Oh,
You
that
know
must
what?
be you.
No, yeah, somebody commented to me. That's not the first time that I'm getting that look like Tiger Woods. I get it all the time.
That's because of your player. Cheers to Buko Juice, by the way.
Yeah. And he's also somebody also said, do you remember your MySpace username? What? MySpace? Is that even still around? Is MySpace
I
still
never
around?
had a I never had a MySpace.
You're kidding me. Everybody had a
Yeah, no,
MySpace one way or the
no,
other.
no, 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 no. I never did. It was still one of those like, oh, you should have a MySpace. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm too
That's
busy
how
for
everything
that.
started in the social networking thing. Well, no, Friendster, really.
I heard about it, but I wasn't.
Did you have a
Yeah,
Friendster?
Friendster. Yeah, weren't we Friendster friends?
Yeah, I think that's the first ever before Facebook.
Yeah, that was such a genius thing, right? Like,
Right.
how did we find each other, or how did our friends find each other back then with Friendster?
I'm not sure. I think you found me. You just said Jason, like question mark. Like,
I did.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I
and that
remember
was
that
it.
moment or that feeling where, oh, I can actually look up like old friends here. That was
And that never
like
happened.
out of all the social media uh features or benefits that social media has to offer, that was one like light bulb moment for me. That was like, wow, this is like I can travel through time with this thing, you know. And that's the one that kind of got me hooked. But the funny thing is, once you're friends and then you get a couple of minutes of, hey, how are you? I'm good. All right,
Right,
cheers.
right,
Catch you in 2 years or
right.
something.
There's this same guy that said that asking about MySpace. He said, "Uncle, what? What?
Maybe he's reaching out, looking
Maybe
for his lost uncle.
I don't know who this is, but anyway,
I'll send a hello.
yeah.
Oh,
Can you?
it's not my face that you're gonna get. You're gonna get Din's what you call this? Din's account that I'm using. Sorry to disappoint you boys. It's it's my face that's using her account right now.
Anywho,
So yeah, that's where we are. So there, I just wanted to share that.
yeah, that's a good decision that you. I'm actually surprised that you switched contacts and glasses and still drove through.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's
And
kind
yeah,
of
I wanted
dangerous still, because what if for some reason the shape of your eye does not match, and then it pops out, and then you're screwed.
no, what the danger is with, it's like sharing underwear. You don't want to like exchange sort of bodily fluids or like
Oh,
germs with each
dude,
other.
come on.
So in the middle of it, my eyes were a little itchy kind of
Right.
thing, and but it's fine. But again, the important thing was that we didn't get pneumonia. That's always the thing that I'm worried about when driving in the cold, in the rain.
Right.
Oh, and then for a while, I was driving with gloves, right? Here's another thing that I realized about driving in the rain. I'm driving with gloves on,
Right.
thinking that because the handlebars or the handle grips kind of get slippery when
Slippery.
it's
Yeah.
wet. So I'm thinking, okay, do I want to avoid it being slippery by wearing the gloves? But in the rain, with the wind, the gloves are really cold.
Well,
So I
yeah.
was
What'd you
actually
expect?
warmer taking the gloves off and then just being mindful of my grip versus keeping the gloves on. It reminds me like when I'm scuba diving, when we're
But
after
wouldn't
scuba
wouldn't
diving.
the gloves keep more grip with your
That's what
handlebars?
that's what I was saying. So grip versus cold.
Right.
So when you're that just reminds me, after scuba diving, I take off the wetsuit
Hmm.
and just let the chest hang out because you have more chances of catching a cold if you have a wet shirt on or a wet rash guard or a wet uh, what do you call that?
What's it?
Wetsuit while the boat is on, en
Full
route,
speed.
full speed to get back. Yeah, because that wind is going to, get the body colder than you think,
Right.
a
Right.
little too fast, and you can get pneumonia or at least a cold from it. So yeah, so I ended up taking the gloves off and the wetsuit off when I go scuba diving just to minimize that effect of catching a cold.
Hmm. Hmm. Which makes sense.
That's my quick sharing of my latest experience the past couple of days.
Well, for me, the past
I
couple
mean,
of
I've
days.
sorry, we've ridden on in the dark and in the cold and in rain before, but not 100% rain.
Hmm.
This was like really like
Like rain,
nonstop
pouring rain, nonstop.
for 40 kilometers, hour and a half or
Jesus.
two.
Is it still
Just
raining now?
in the forecast, it's no, it's not raining now. It's on and off. It's on and off. But last night was really just continuous. Like somebody left the
Jeez.
faucet on.
And it's supposed to be raining for the next couple of days.
Yeah. So I don't know if I mentioned it also. We were wearing the capote or
Like ponchos.
the ponch. No, actually they're not ponchos. They're rain jackets, but just the
Mm-mm.
top, like the running rain jacket. So the
Which is
bottom,
worse because it drips down to your bottom.
right? But you don't get as cold. It's important just to keep the body warm. So
Yeah,
the
that's true.
hands and the no, yeah, so the hands, like literally just the hands and the legs. The waist down was all wet, soaking wet. But we were like two kids having fun in the rain. Like just
La,
I was
la, la,
just
la, 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 la.
yeah. The only worst part, if there was any, was the faster cars on the
Yeah,
fast lane.
yeah.
They'd splash there'd be like potholes, and then we'd be like, like right the what do you call that? The splash
The
from the
splash.
potholes, and then the trucks were also out by the time we were on the road.
Well, yeah,
There's a
it's nighttime.
there's a truck ban before like 10 p.m. We were on the road like 7, 8, 9, 10, and then yeah, so we were enjoying the road with the trucks.
Right.
So that's
Nice.
it. Sorry.
Nice. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Funny, I find myself rambling off of that. And then now I'm distracted with all the other stuff that's going on with the rest. Is it it looks like it's like every episode it doesn't get cleaned, right? It's
It,
just
it
growing.
was it was clean for the first maybe 3 episodes. All of a sudden, I noticed one new item here and there being
Yeah,
added on.
that's us getting busy, and then we're like, we'll fix that on the next
There was
one
one
or
time there
whatever.
was just the water can I saw, and then all of a sudden there's a coffee cup, and then there's another coffee cup.
Yeah,
It's adding
exactly.
on, and then
And
multiple chargers.
you're catching us at the end of the day here, so we
Right,
haven't
right,
actually
right,
fixed up yet.
right.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll fix things up.
I'm still trying to wake up here. Jesus.
Yeah, that's why I was rambling on. How am I being your alarm clock? Just
I know, yeah, it's horrible. I mean, I was expecting to wake up like around 6:30 or 6, like I usually do. For some reason, I guess I was just so tired,
from
Like
what?
this past week, I don't know if I ever mentioned to you that I'm doing a project where I'm building a wall and a door downstairs, right? For my
Oh,
son's
so
room.
that pushed through.
Yeah.
You mentioned it last episode, but there was no update if the wife was going to allow you to do it.
Well, she allowed me to build the wall. She's still considering, hopefully, letting me turn upstairs into my studio.
Oh, that was the part that hasn't been agreed on yet. So
Correct. Correct.
you're you're paying your dues by doing the wall, and you better ask her before she comes up with her own office up there, man.
She's not gonna come. She has a nice office set up right here by the kitchen, and she likes it. I already told
What
her to move before, but she doesn't want to move.
what are the current plans for upstairs then?
Supposedly the baby's toy room. I don't know.
I'm just saying you better beat her to the punch before she comes up with something concrete.
She already knows. She's already considering, hopefully considering or thinking about it. I don't know. But I spent like a good part of 3 days planning downstairs,
Mm,
measuring, creating a little like mock diagram of what I'm trying to do, just so that I have a proper idea of like what I'm trying to do, right?
mm,
I wrote down a list of materials that I need. I went to
mm.
the store to shop and budget for the materials so that I know the cost and whatnot, right?
You sound like you're saying a joke. Is there going to be a punchline at the end of this story?
Well, no. First, I overexerted myself. I didn't realize the amount of work what that's going to take. Granted, it's not that hard of a work. It's just I thought I was prepared walking into this, right? So I take my list with my list of material, my diagram, my measurements, what I need. But as you go, or as I'm going, new things pop up in my head, new ideas, new possible ways that might want to do this. At the same time, I'm seeing different options, materials as from the first time that I saw. Because I'm also mindful of my budget. I have a small budget that I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to make it as presentable and nice as possible.
Oh, so sorry.
No, you're
So
right.
sorry. Just a quick pause. I wanted to end my story about, driving in the rain with this
Mm.
shirt.
What is
With this
that?
shirt. Aegis, the song that they're promoting here is Halik, but Aegis is known for the song Basang Basa sa Ulan,
Never
Walang
even heard of them.
Masisilungan.
Right, right, right.
Sorry,
No, you're
got
fine.
distracted there. I
I
was
didn't know
thinking
who they are. I'm gonna ages. I'm gonna take a look at that. I wanna.
there was a detail or something, um, some detail in the story that I wanted to tell you about, and I was thinking that I forgot.
Right, right,
They
right.
are a true blue, Filipino rock band
Mm,
back in the late 90s, I think, or early 2000s. And they
mm.
were really popular because of their rock and, I don't
They're
know if you call
grunge
it
rock
rock
and
and
roll.
roll, but the lead vocalist has a really like strong, strong voice
Right, right, right.
that just pierces through the rest of the band
Mm,
behind her. And yeah, yeah. So if you want to like really totally emote, you know, get your emo on,
right, right.
their songs are
That's the band to
pretty,
go for.
yeah. Or in other words, karaoke. If you want to bust it out with karaoke songs,
Wow.
AGs is a safe bet.
It's always a winner.
So you had plans, you
Yeah.
measured
Anyway,
everything
sorry.
out.
So I didn't know that. So I will go to Home Depot. I pick out all the materials, the boards, put it on my stroller, my cart, and then I start asking the guy to help me cut the boards. So he's like cutting it and whatnot, right? While he's cutting all the boards based on my measurements, I'm walking around picking up my materials like nails and screws and hinges and so forth and so forth and so forth. I load it all up in a car in my truck, come home. When I get home, I start putting everything together, right?
Hold on, hold on. On TikTok, I think we'll get more views if we have Christine on the video instead of my face.
Whichever works out.
So, all right. So you're loading stuff on the truck.
So I got home basically. I start building the process of building. This was yesterday. Okay. And then what I hate the most is when you're doing something and you're working on a project and there's always something that does not work out. And there's always something that you're missing, like materials or equipment or whatever.
How long were you thinking this job is going to take?
Uh well, I was hoping I would be halfway done yesterday.
Okay. So how many days is that? Just one day?
Just one day. So hopefully halfway done. So supposedly a 3-day work for me. But now it's
Oh,
gonna
okay,
take
okay.
a little bit longer because I realize I have to paint it still. After
Okay.
yesterday, the only thing that I got up was the frame. And then the
Oh.
measurements are off. For some reason, I didn't account for like some stupid space in the floor or in the wall. So I'm
Mm,
like half an inch short on over on a lot of my materials. I can't go back to Home Depot just to have them cut half an inch off all the stupid
right.
wood that I have. So
Hold on.
I have
That's why it's a good thing that you can see this on The Office. That's exactly what happened here. Come on, go ahead with the story. I'll show you something.
oh no. So I gotta go buy a saw. Then I gotta spend some time cutting some wood today, and hopefully I'll get all the frame back up today, and then hopefully at least a wall, one side of the wall up already. That's all. That's the goal today, you know.
So
But
when we sort of customized this table and
yeah,
stuck it to the wall and
yeah,
made the measurements already, that's why they said measured twice, cut once.
exactly.
So we measured the wall, right?
Huh.
And that was before we put the tiles on the floor.
Oh,
So when they when they when we put the tiles on the floor, and I say we, not like I was helping out
yeah,
the
yeah.
carpenters. We actually got carpenters to do it. And it anyway, I don't know how to show the example now, but oh no, it's the computer that I was having trouble with. It's not really the chair. But yeah, so it's difficult to put the chair under the table, and then the computer is like a little too high from
Right,
anyway, it just throws off all the measurements based on the chair to the floor because of the tiles go up another half an inch, and then the
right.
tables are like so is that what happened?
Pretty
It's just
much.
too it's just
It's my
too
measurements
embarrassing.
were my measurements were all fucked up because of a little siding on the wall that I did not account for. Instead of measuring it past the siding, I was measuring it on the siding, which gave like a half an inch gap. So I, here I am thinking I'm all prepared. I got all the equipment. So I'm doing this, measuring it. Oh, I don't have a saw. I got to go back out to the store to get a saw. I have the wrong nails. I got to go back out to the store to get the wrong. It was a whole debacle yesterday, and you
And
learn
then
as you go. You know, I'm going back and forth.
and then the Home Depot guy's like saying, "Is this your first project?"
Well, here's the thing that almost happened. The third trip. Oh, I had about 6 trips yesterday. Six
In
after the
one day,
second in one day. After the second trip
six
to Home
trips to
Depot,
Home Depot in one day.
because I keep forgetting stuff, or there's something that's missing, you know, or the wrong one. After the second trip to Home Depot, the guys at the counter, when you walk in, the counters right there are like looking at me already, right? Like giving me a side eye or something. Like, what the hell is this dude doing here again? He probably doesn't know what he's doing. So I decided to go to different locations. Like I went to Walmart, I went to Lowe's, which is another hardware store, and there's another Home Depot down the street as well. So just so that I
to,
don't get embarrassed.
to try to hide your Yeah, your mistakes.
Yeah. But the lucky thing is those other places are within the same distance of the original Home Depot I went to. So at least I'm not like wasting gas or anything, you know? Well, I am wasting gas, but
Yeah.
um the good thing
That's why
is
that's why I was suggesting we change the podcast name to Jason and Noel Raw or unfiltered or uncensored or what, because this is kind of like where we sort of hang our dirty laundry.
exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's
so
not the
that's
worst
another
part though.
title. Jason and Noel's dirty laundry.
Remember that, okay? I need to think about that. Remember that. The worst part about all this experience as of yesterday is I'm doing this project for the kids. So
Hold
I
on.
asked the kid, I'm doing this project for the kids. So I asked the kids yesterday to clear downstairs.
One
Okay.
second before you get to that part of the story. I want to tell Christine what happened because she didn't hear it.
Ah.
Punta daw siya sa isang hardware. And marami daw siya nakalimutan. So balik siya ng balik. Para hindi daw siya nakakahiyang balik siya ng balik. Punta siya sa ibang hardware. para,
Tatlong ibang hardware ang pinuntahan ko.
para hindi daw halata na palagi may nakakalimutan siya.
Pabalik.
Lagay sa note na next time.
Pretty much, yeah. Pabalik-balik.
I remember Noel. Ganyan din siya.
Don't say I didn't do that.
Nung kinatusa ko sa palengke, ay nakalimutan ko yung bibilin. Isulat mo na nga lang.
Yeah.
I'm going
So,
off track here. Hold on. Going back to what just Christine just said. You know what? I know I don't have the best memory anymore. Okay. I'm not saying I'm like always forgetting stuff, but the little stuff I don't for some reason I have a hard time remembering. For example, grocery lists. Okay. So I always tell my wife or anybody in the house, if you want me to get anything, send me a text and send me a picture so that I know exactly what I'm getting. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's because if I have a list, I'm gonna lose the list or whatever. So the grocery list that I get is a text message or a bunch of random pictures of what they need. You know, like a specific deodorant brand, specific tampons to get and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of tampons, I know I'm going off tangent here, but there's multiple times I'll go to Walmart. My daughter will ask me to, or my wife will ask me to pick up specific brand or kind of tampons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never fails. There's at least two guys at that aisle looking at all the different kind of
Confused.
tampons, not knowing what to get.
Do you help each other out?
Well, here, let's at one point. So I walked into the aisle and there's three guys. I kid you not, three guys staring at the tampon wall. It's a big ass shelf, right?
Right.
I walk in. I'm like, hey, fellas. I literally go in front of them, look at the brand that I want, got it, and then just walk away and turn around and walk away.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I turn around, two guys, I kid you not, goes, yo. How'd you do that? How'd I do what? Like, how do you know what to get? Oh, like, listen, guys, here's the trick. You tell your ladies to send you a text message with a picture. So you already know what to get. So you're not just standing here looking like a dig dog, trying to figure out overflow, extra flow, ultra wing, thin, whatever. Whatever that is.
Jason, the tampon expert.
Man, you know how many times I had to stand there and just try to find the stuff that they like or trying to figure it out? They'll tell me exactly what it is. There's different brands. There's different sizes. There's part A, part B, night and day, whatever. I'm like, what? There's ultra flow. There's wings. There's slim wings. There's Jesus Christ.
So many choices.
It's that and getting lotion for them because they're so
Tampons
picky with their lotion. Tampons and lotion. That's like what I
so
get.
many
a hard
different
time.
choices.
Yeah.
Kung may kwento daw si Christine, I'm looking for the headset sana real quick so the phone doesn't make so much noise. May kwento ka about talipapa?
No, di ba yun natusa ka sa sari-sari store?
Here.
Tapos sabi mo, balik ko ba to? Hindi to yung tamang napkin.
Huh?
Sabi mo, di po eh.
Yeah. There's
Di
one
naman
there
makakasal eh.
There's one there that's like 38 centimeters, 42 centimeters. What difference does it make?
Then cut it.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so you asked your kids to help
So-
out and put their toys on one spot.
And not put their toys, but at least clean the downstairs so I have room to build stuff and put stuff together. Right.
Okay.
First of all, the main person that's supposed to be benefiting from this is my son, because it's going to be his room.
Okay.
So he saw me leave to pick up materials. I'm expecting when I get home that he would be home so that he could help me unload and all that stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
But when I got home, was he home? No. Where was he? He decides to go to the mall with his friends and catch Pokemons.
Did he do what he was supposed to do?
No. Second of all, I walk in, there's a computer chair here, a computer chair there, there's crap everywhere. Nothing. They literally took everything apart and created more mess instead of like clearing the mess for me to be able to work on it. So I had to tidy it up. I had to call him. No, I had to unload all the equipment from the truck, and then I had to call him to come home from doing whatever he's doing so that he can actually hold stuff and like whatever I need him help for,
Mm.
Anyway, whatever. It was so annoying. And then yesterday, on top of that, I'm like managing my time because my wife has to get ready at 5 o'clock so that she can leave at 6:15 to go to dinner with her friends, while
Mhm.
I stay home and prepare dinner for the baby.
A lot of quotation marks flying around here.
Yeah, no, but no, it was so tiring. It was annoying. and then my little daughter last night. I love the little munchkin, but she has this fascination of just won't stop jumping at me. Yesterday so we were playing, and then we have this giant futon, right, where we can just lay on right here in the living room.
Mhm.
So we decided to lay. I'm laying down so I can finally. Oh my god! Thank God she's starting to calm down, and she's not going to run around anymore.
Mhm.
Now she like jumps on me and starts literally sitting on my head. When she sits on my head and she just
'Cause
bounces
it
like
looks
that
like a
on my head.
chair.
Huh?
Because it looks like a chair.
Yeah. Anyway, so last night when my wife got home and then time to go to sleep, I'm like, good night. I was out. As soon as I said good night, I was out, passed out, sleep. And I woke up when like right at 7 o'clock, I think. I was like, oh, hold on. Do I have to go to work or do I have to record? I'm recording today.
Yeah,
Too
it
much
gets
crap.
you. It gets you like there's like little sort of twilight zone area there
Yeah,
where
for
you
a second there, I was like double checking what the fuck am I doing today? What day is it? I honestly thought it was Monday. I had to get ready for work.
like you never worked so hard in your life.
Yeah, I think it's the yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's one of those days, when you're doing something, you think you're on a roll, but you're so limited and you keep messing up that everything gets delayed and put on hold. Anyway,
Yeah. Uh, it escapes me, but I was thinking along those lines where it's there's a talent or it's a skill that you really need to learn just to keep things simple, or
yeah,
or the discipline to push everything out because you're trying to finish something.
it's hard though because things keep popping up. There's always something that keeps popping up. That's actually
Yeah.
a good segue. Uh, Today being the 50th episode recording that we're doing,
Right.
I was actually thinking about that last night as well, where through all this incarnation of whatever the hell that we're doing here, there's always something that pops up. Always. Something new, something different, something old, something that we know might want to change, but I don't know.
What about it? Is it a
I'm just-
distraction? Is it
yeah,
a
kind of. In like the 50 episodes that we've been doing, there's always, as much as I wanted to say that I've yes, I've tried to put all the um time and effort into. Somebody keeps commenting on YouTube. Like
Oh, I didn't get that window open.
this guy is just like commenting left and right, like he's about to, you know, it's just
What's going
what
on?
a pervert.
What?
It's, read the comments. It's, the guy's a perv, like finishing himself while listening to our show.
Nice.
I'm like, yeah, is it my bald head, bro? Go ahead, you do you. All right, you wax that
And
pole as hard as you can.
enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Um. So 50 episodes in, 6 months, which is actually quite because we did start January. Um. What do you think is what are your top 3 episodes that you like?
Top 3 episodes. I don't really have anything a specific one in mind.
Mm,
I just have like little moments and how just how everything feels in general. Nothing
mm.
specific really. I hope that doesn't disappoint you or doesn't. Yeah. I was thinking of saying something nasty in response to that guy, blowing his load.
Yeah.
Uh I don't want to give you blue balls for it, but it was fun. Did I show you that lato lato the kids the two balls and a string,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then
The
you kind
game.
of
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
you kind of it's like the yo-yo of this century, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the 80s we had the yo-yo and everybody was going crazy over it. Now it's like the Philippines and the rest of Asia, but it didn't start here though. I think it started in Malaysia or some other countries. I'm gonna go
But
to the
that's been around
in,
forever. Even when I was living in the Philippines, I remember when I was
oh
like 4 or 5 years old, I had one
also
of those.
so that's not new for you. Okay. So
Yeah, I used to have one of
lately,
those.
I guess because of social media and everything, Indonesia I think started it, and then it kind of spread around the Philippines. So lately, got my kid one, right?
Mm.
And then he was like, "Oh," my kid was laughing because we don't both didn't know how to play with it, and it was like,
Seriously.
"Well, we're newbies at it." And then he was laughing at the idea that's like, it's like daddy's balls. And I'm like, yeah, they're blue. They were literally colored blue, right? And then with a white string. So I was like, you want me to write my name on it? So I got myself a pen. I was like, dad's balls.
Oh,
Gave that to
jeez.
that was like my precious son and father moment
Yeah, yeah.
where we shared
Give that to
a
your baby mama, huh?
we shared that precious father and son moment. So proud of that.
There's something just popped in my head. I don't know if I should say it or not.
Okay, while you're trying to figure that out, I was also showing him my socks. And then in the
What?
middle of the ride going home, because I was telling
Showing
you we were,
showing who? KF?
yeah, my son, my socks, because
Yeah.
it was hot. I was making him smell my socks.
Oh, for
It's
crying out loud, man. Here, son, take a hold of it while there's a strong wind.
oh, you like this one? It's still fresh. The best part was on the way home because we were all drenched, right? Except for the upper part because we were wearing the raincoat.
Right.
I stopped under a train station
Mhm.
and took the socks off, and then I was like,
Oh, Jesus. That's so gross.
so speaking about my favorite moments in on the podcast, it's not like specific episodes. Sometimes it's really just moments
Yeah,
where
yeah. That will basically that's one of what I meant as well. Not just episodes, like moments.
yeah. And the first one that popped up in my head was, I don't know if you noticed it, but there was like a moment that like I was telling you a story about, my son, I guess, and myself and whatever, and I was like tearing up, and I was like, is this what the podcast is about? It's like two grown men
Making each
telling
other cry?
stories and making each other cry. So that was like this one little moment that popped up in my head thinking about like 50 episodes, and I was like, never gonna happen again. I'm not gonna cry on this podcast ever again. But
Hey,
yeah, that's
it makes you look real. It makes you feel human. It's okay to
oh,
cry.
stop it. What did you have in mind?
No, there's a lot of. I mean, I have a favorite episode, but there's more little things that pop up. Like for example, the one episode that I was talking about, my dog's stepping on my dog's poop,
All right.
and then how there was like a visual effect of like my toes are the one that stepped on it, and all the poop just comes out through.
We're gonna make a clip out of that. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
exactly.
There's
And speaking
also
of your daughter and the thing that I miss aside from your poop, I miss the toilet behind you. That really gave character to the scene
yeah,
that we were looking at.
that spot right there. Yeah, my I was doing the garage sale, and I was in the garage watching customers. All of a sudden, my wife comes out with the toilet,
Mm,
and I was like, she was like, "Oh, we're gonna sell this already." I'm like, nobody's gonna buy that. I want to put that back upstairs. That's my prop. I mean, I have that in my head, right?
right.
Corner
Thought
of
you were
my
safe.
corner of my eye. This guy picks it up and is like, "I'll give you $10 for it." I'm like, I don't want to sell it. I don't want to sell it. And my wife gives me that look. You know, when they have those wives give you a look where they just look at you and you know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah.
She like shot me one of those, like, boom. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Go ahead, $10. But deep inside, I'm like thinking, man, that was my show prop. That and this little guy right here. Those are my two show props right there.
What about car seats? Don't you ever feel bad about giving away car seats or selling car seats because your kids are too grown for them?
I haven't gone to that part yet. And plus, my daughter is. We're not gonna, I'm not gonna get to that part because my daughter is a heathen where she's like a mess in a bucket. It's ridiculous. She's got like juice stains everywhere. Like I don't know how she's so messy in the car seat. It's ridiculous. Plus, she it's like riddled with stickers. Just like my Jeep. Like I told you, um, her side window is full covered of stickers.
Nice.
And I tested it again the other day. I cleaned my car a little bit and I took one sticker out, right?
And
she
she
was like,
noticed?
and she noticed it. She's like, missing one. I'm like, okay. Here. Just put another one right there.
At least she has a better memory than you do.
I know, right? Only if she could like be my EA or something. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, talking about the past episodes and all that, and there's so many good memories that pop up. Like when we're doing the Tagalog episode,
Mm.
that was really fun for me. That's actually my number one favorite episode to do that we did.
Yung pinilit natin yung sarili natin magsalita ng Tagalog.
Oo, ano yan eh? I think episode 38 yata or 39. Let me check. Pero ano
Yeah, with Celeste.
yeah, it's the Tagalog episode. That was definitely my favorite episode that we ever did. Episode 38. That was kind of fun, kasi para siyang
That was painful.
it was a little painful, yes, but it was all over the place. That kind of I remember we were talking about shit for some reason again.
There's a lot of poop in this podcast.
Oh yeah, a lot of poop stories for some reason. I don't know why.
Ikaw,
Oh, hold on.
ikaw,
Hi,
you
good
have a
morning,
favorite
baby.
episode?
How are you?
Ah,
My wife is watching. She just woke up. Um,
Which one? Hindi kita marinig. Yung Tagalog nga rin daw. That's one of
Yeah.
Ken's favorite episodes.
yeah, that was just really fun though. I mean, parang relax lang talaga yung feeling ba. Oh, what is
Got
that?
a snack check here.
Cheddar
I'm
cheese.
going international. Getting away from Asian or Filipino snacks and going with
Combos?
baked
What is
cracker, cheddar cheese baked
Oh, it's
cracker.
like pretzel with stuffing in it. Right?
Yeah, cheddar cheese.
Yeah. And then my second favorite episode was Commander Daot, the Daot
Oh
interview.
yeah, yeah.
Man, I mean, honestly, that was like a big get for me. That I was like, holy crap! I've always wanted to interview that guy. It actually happened. Took some work, and it was
Bro,
fun for me. You know.
my favorite part about that experience with Commander Daot was yes, I appreciated and really felt grateful about being able to talk to him.
Mm.
But one of my favorite parts was the preparation to the interview. Remember the couple of episodes that I mean couple of days that he wasn't able to no that one day that he wasn't able to show up. We came
Yeah.
in dressed up and ready for it. I
Yeah.
showered, wore myself a nice collared shirt.
Right.
That was my favorite one. The fact that I dressed up for it, like a job interview.
It was just nice. You know, that whole conversation with Daot was very humbling, and I'm still a bit surprised by it, to be honest with you. So it gave me that push to like reach out to as many people as I can. And unfortunately, I haven't been successful yet, but I have to admit, the past 2 months I've been slacking on it.
Listen, wasn't it sort of like a slap in the face in a sense that these are just normal, regular people? Nothing, not to diminish it. Not that they're like nothing special about them, but they're like regular guys like us.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. I don't think it was a slap on the face. I think it actually was. It felt more like what's the word I'm looking for?
Encouraging.
Encouraging is one of it,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's more
That's
like
what I
it's not in a sense like encouraging is not the word. You know, the word that you're looking for is I'm looking for is like when you're pushing somebody to like do more besides encouraging.
Encouraging. Yeah. Uplifting.
I guess encouraging. I don't know. But yeah, it gave me that extra push to really it validated what at least to that point what we were doing. It gave some kind of validation to what we were doing at that point. You know what I mean? And it felt good. I
Right.
kind of felt proud about it because hey, this is a guy that we went after for 3 months, and eventually it happened.
Was it
You
3 months before since you sent him the first message to the day that he finally showed up?
Yeah. I mean, 29 episodes in.
Wow.
What
Oh yeah, because you had it in mind even before we started.
correct. It was definitely way. Well, not way, but before we even started, yes, you're correct. I already had a thought of it, and I've always wanted to interview that guy, basically, you know.
Yeah.
And then what? I went on and like did as much as I can to like get in touch with this guy and keep in touch with him, build that relationship, so to speak, so that he would actually give us the time and day to allow us to interview him. And it was
Yeah.
it was uh it was pretty good, you know. That was what, April
What episode number is that? Do you have it in mind?
29,
Oh, 29. Right.
episode 29. So about 3 months, 3.5 months. I think that happened on April when we interviewed him. Yeah, April. Early
Yeah, that's
April.
awesome.
Yeah. But that was like a lot of time of like keeping in touch with him, you know, reminding myself every other day, every week to like, hey,
Yeah.
catch up or touch base
Yeah.
with the odd.
Yeah.
And it was still a
really
huge surprise.
I really appreciated the guy because he's yeah, like I said, just like regular guy that probably screws up with the wood that he has cut on Home Depot and needs to go around and have it,
Yeah.
need to correct his mistakes kind of
Yeah.
thing. And yeah, so I don't know. For me, the word's encouraging. I
Yeah.
can't think of another word for it.
You're right.
But
You're
yeah,
right. You're right.
it
It was
was
definitely
awesome. It was a
encouraging that gave me that extra kick to like try to reach out to other people. Although I haven't been as diligent as those other as I did to Commander D.
Uh,
I do need to get back on it, But
you're
although this past
you're
week or two, I've been more diligent in regards to putting things more, loading more content,
yeah.
creating more shorts and all that stuff.
Yeah, not even about like reaching out to other people, but maybe just home basics at home, like just to get stuff done, basically, like things that you want to, that you need to do to get the grind for
Yeah,
the day
exactly.
done.
Yeah, definitely. It gave that it definitely lit that spark because I have been getting a lot of things accomplished. I'm to be honest with you, I'm less and less more I'm less and less into social media now, except for
Mm,
doing show stuff. But in regards to like um your personal watching videos and all that stuff, it's less and
mhm.
less, which is great, because I'm able to do more. Because honestly, that's my Achilles heel. Like I tell my wife, we produce less things in our personal lives because of our phones and our social and all this stuff, watching TikTok and YouTube and all that stuff. So I kind
Let
of
me ask.
dedicate specific time frame out of my day to do that.
Right, let's ask us this question then, and it's a question, and none of this is sort of scripted or planned out that we said we talk about, but
Right.
listening to you, listening to ourselves talk about it now, I was thinking, so after 50 episodes, what do we plan to do? What do we hope listeners get out of 50 episodes?
Well,
Or no, what did you get? Let's start with ourselves first. What did you
mm,
get out of 50 episodes?
this actually taught me a lot of dedication, to be honest with you. I
Mm,
mean, I've always been dedicated in a way, so to speak, but I've
mm,
never really, I mean, like I've told you before, I've never really found like, I wouldn't consider it a hobby, obviously,
mm,
because it'd be nice if we can get to a point where we can monetize it.
mm,
Um, but I don't remember the last time I felt like this kind of passion about something that I'm doing is when I
mm,
was working in the hotel industry, and that was a long time ago. I loved what I did at the
mm,
hotel industry.
mm,
That was a job that I actually did not treat it as a job. I treated it like it was a part of my everyday life where I didn't let everything revolve around it, but I
mm.
definitely adapted my life to it.
What do you think? What is it about what we're doing that you enjoy so much? Is it my shiny forehead? Is it the, my dashing personality?
It's the connection. It's the connection, to be honest with you. I mean, we're two people who are literally in the other side of the world, both
Mm,
ends of the world, practically. Okay,
mm.
where there's a giant ocean in between. And
So you get your latest Filipino chismis from me.
now it's the push that allows me to 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 pursue more of what's going on over there. You
Pursue
know,
more. What's going on? What do you mean?
like to find out more. Like so here,
Oh, to keep in touch.
keep
Yeah.
in touch more, to keep
Mm,
connected with my own culture more. You know,
mm,
it's
mm,
allowed me
mm.
to do that, and it has given me that push, and that's what this podcast brings to me as well. It's the push, the drive, and the passion that I put into it. Not only into it, but it relays into my everyday thing where more and more I'm reading into the Inquirer website, the
Mm.
Philippines Inquirer. I'm looking into CNN Philippines more, you know.
Oh, I told you about my CNN Philippines missed opportunity moment,
Yeah,
right?
you told me about that. I still think you're a ding dong for that. But it's 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 an experience that this whole thing that we're doing, it's an experience that has brought me more connection to my own culture, so to speak. You know.
Look what I'm doing while you're talking, right? Tapping on the screen. Pretty
Oh,
soon, I'm gonna start to wear gloves because of this.
you're gonna have a
Start to get
callus. You're gonna
start to. I'm gonna
you,
get a callus.
you're gonna have a
I
callus right there, man. You're fingering me too much.
what the? Just the tip. You know that they actually They are actually sort of gaming gloves. There's just the tip of the fingers.
Yeah.
I thought it would blow you away.
This was like what, 5 years ago?
Okay. Yeah. I actually have a callus on my left, one of my left fingers right now. Christine was pointing it out the other day because it's like, oh, that's from the motorcycle.
Yeah, I
It's
have
not
one
because
too, right there.
It's not
Right
because
there.
I'm holding on to power tools. So is that from the construction?
That one too, right there. No, the gym. When you're
The gym.
yeah, man, the gym. When you're lifting weights, you're like, what about you?
Start before you're ready. I'm really glad that we got that we did that. Remember, we started like, I don't know if it's like a really big improvement, but like we didn't have any lights, or I had a light, but I was playing around,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had this. Just basically, I was like, I didn't know exactly what we were doing, but I was like, I want to do something fun, or just do it for kicks. And yeah, so just basically the whole philosophy was, that we started even before we're ready. And I still don't think we're ready right now.
Right.
I still feel like we've barely scratched the surface, and we only have. Here's another moment that I really enjoyed and appreciate, that we got like 1,000+ subscribers. Although we only get like 3 listeners, which is really strange. But the fact that we got subscribers was a really interesting moment.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that. But
That
yeah,
was that was interesting too.
so just the fact that we get to do it, and again, going back to just enjoying the process. It's not
Right.
really about the numbers and the people listening,
Correct.
and like I said, it's like whether it's just because we're doing this for ourselves and people are welcome to listen, or what, or not. Just the whole process of doing it without any results, without being so focused on the results. It's really just getting into the moment, or just getting into, and no, I'll put it more clearly, that we're not that we're doing it without, and I don't know if you're with me on this one, that we're doing it without um the idea that somebody else has to like it.
Yeah. If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely great and it's appreciated if people would
Yeah.
catch on to it. But say la vie. What else can we can't force
Yeah.
it?
And then we have our little corner in the internet here where,
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah.
doing our thing.
We're doing a thing.
Yeah.
It's, but I'm like comparing it. I couldn't help but compare it, right, to this other podcasts out there that's being broadcasted on YouTube and whatnot. 50 episode twice a week. I actually think that we're doing enough, meaning like enough uploads per week, right?
Okay. Yeah, I was about to ask you if you wanted to just do one per week or 3 times per week, bump it up to 3 per week.
Yeah, twice a week is perfect. Twice a week is perfect because there's so many, most episodes that I'm seeing, they're happening like 4 or 5 episodes per week. And I'm like thinking to myself, where the hell do you guys find the time to do this? Then
Don't
come
fix
to
what it ain't
realize
broke.
that's their actual job, you know. I mean, this is something it's not easy doing something like this. I mean, just keeping track of everything, you gotta have time dedicated to it. And obviously it's a work in progress. And I think that's one of my favorite things to do as well in regards to the show. It's like the constant learning process.
What's the show about? That's my question a while ago. What is this even about?
What do you mean? What do you mean what it's about? That's like it's about us.
Yeah.
You know, is our life interesting enough to other people to listen to? Probably not.
Yeah.
You know, it's us talking about whatever the hell we want to talk about just because we can.
Yeah. No, kidding aside though, what I like about what we're doing is, so I used to live, I was born and raised in the Philippines, but I moved tagging along with my mom. I moved there because of what she needed to do, and so I ended up going to school there for a few years, and then I moved back. And what I
Move back to
appreciate,
where? The U.S. is what you meant.
no. I was born and raised in the Philippines, lived in the U.S., moved back to the Philippines, and what I appreciate about what we're doing is how sort of because when we moved back, it was like my past was cut from my present.
What do you mean?
Like all of a sudden, there was no, I wasn't even, there was no email, there was no social media, there was no internet when I moved back.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't even think it would be a big deal that when I moved back, that it would be, cutting my life off from whatever I had back in high school. And then I
Right.
had to start all over, that kind of thing. I was just thinking I was like resilient. And then I didn't realize that it was affecting me negatively or whatever. But point being is I just like the idea of, aside from, catching up with an old friend, and then, like sort of merging my present life or present psychology from my past experience, and then sort of catching up with you kind of thing. I also appreciate how we could be, pareho tayong Pinoy, pareho tayong Filipino. We both have Filipino families. In other words, sort of like how we joke about saying like my brother from another mother.
Yeah.
We come from the same family of Filipinos, but the fact that we have different experiences, different world views is interesting. How it's so you can't always assume the same thing, because that individual, even if he or she has the same experience that you have,
it's still from experiences from two separate worlds.
it could still be flipped upside down.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things here in regards to what we're doing. Yes, there is that very same similarity or path.
Which is an argument for why I like the FlipSide as the title of the show, because it's sort of a coin toss.
Right.
Another meaning, FlipSide. It's sort of a coin toss on how things are going to happen or how things are going to turn out
Into fruition. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Makes sense. Wow. Look at you, huh?
Deep.
Deep.
Lalim, pare lalim. It's so
Sobrang lalim. Nalulunod na ako.
Help me up.
Hey.
Help me up here. Help me up. Help.
Let me ask you real quick. What does balakubak mean? You texted that to me earlier.
I said,
You said, I'm back, balakubak.
Back balakubak. That's dandruff.
What the hell?
It just rhymes. I was just making fun. What? Oh, and then saying it's because I go to sleep with my hair wet. So no, it's stress. That's what my dermatologist said.
Is that like a dig at me for not having hair?
No, it just rhymes. It's just what I say when I'm back from the toilet, or like let's say I'm in the restaurant, I'm gonna go to the toilet, I'll be back balakubak, and then when I come back, I'm back balakubak. It's just a rhyme.
Back, balakubak. Yep.
Like,
whatever.
What's the matter, peanut butter?
Okay,
In a
I
wild
got
crocodile.
you. I got you. Hey, quick shout out real quick.
Alligator.
I wanted to give a quick shout out, and because it is 50 episodes in, we did have some past guests that just wanted to say thanks to.
Oh, Monchi,
yo, what up?
first one to take a chance at us.
Actually, he's our very first guest, right?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. Thank you very much for trusting us a little bit on that one. We haven't had you back in a while, but hopefully everything's well. Shout out and thank you to Roberto, Mr. Roberto. How are you? The Lost Cookbook guy.
Awesome, yeah, they've been doing a lot of traveling lately.
It seems like it. I noticed it.
Hunting down for good food. I really like the concept and the way they do their channel. It's
very it seems like it's like a show that's been on for a while. It should be a show. Some kind of documentary show,
Yeah, it's awesome.
Roberto, that's my idea. Thanks to the kids that joined us, my kids that joined us, and their friend.
All right. Okay, that's one of my favorite ones.
It was like an insight to the newer generation, basically.
the fact that these kids gave us their time, for two 40-year-old boys
Mm.
that pretend to be dads, knowing what they're doing in their life. The fact that they sat around and gave us the time of day, that was a really, you know, an honor and a privilege that they that they did their thing with us, because they could have
Right.
been playing Mobile Legends or Tetris or whatever it is that they're doing.
They don't even know what that is anymore.
What do they keep themselves busy with?
Call of Duty
Call of Duty. That sounds
or
like 90s.
no, are you kidding me? Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Also, what is that? I don't know.
Thinking
Whatever.
of
I don't. I
Counter-Strike.
can't even keep track of the games that they're playing nowadays. Also, Fong, their friend Fong, who very nice kid. He actually,
Yeah.
that's Harry's friend, my son's friend. He actually went to the beach with us a few weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Yeah.
sweet.
Um, Obviously Commander D.
Yeah.
It was our second guest, and our Anthony, obviously,
Of
an old
course.
high school friend. We haven't heard from him in a while, but hope everything's well with him. And of course, Celeste, who is featured to the show regularly as well.
Yeah.
It says right there, look, featuring Celeste. What?
Since you mentioned our friend Anthony, I have an uncle named Anthony.
Oh,
And speaking of Fong joining you on your beach trip, my mom used to let me hang out with my uncle Anthony and his family also sometimes on the weekends. And it was nice. One of these times that my uncle and his family was able to visit here in the Philippines. They're also a Filipino family friend of my mom, actually. So I
right.
became friends with his kids and stuff. But it was just nice to be able to tell him. And then now I'm like Facebook friends with him, sends me messages every now and then. But I was telling him, like those times when I was 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, hanging out with your family every now and then on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Fong?
Fong is 17, I think.
He's old already. Okay, yeah. So I was still a little younger when I got to hang out with my uncle Anthony. I was telling you it was nice because it gave me a chance to hang out with a different family, meaning expose myself to a different, family dynamic, or just,
Right.
what a father to his kids would be like, kind of thing. And, here's another tear coming out. But yeah, I didn't really get a lot of that when I was younger. You know what I mean? So I really appreciated being able to.
Excuse me, Jesus Christ. I
Bless
thought that was a
you.
big one there.
So I just really appreciated being able to be exposed to different family dynamics and being a, male figure for that matter.
That's cool. It's always a good feeling. It's a
Yeah.
little narcissistic, but it's okay. It's actually okay at that point.
Narcissistic from.
Because it's beneficial. It's mainly beneficial for that feeling is mainly beneficial only for you.
No, that's not. I don't think that's narcissistic, man. I think that's like being grateful. It's like, damn, I get to have this kind of life experience.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Like I said, I mean, in a good way is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think that's why I appreciated it. Also, I mean, I appreciated it for Fong, that he gets to do that with your family, because like these are like small, tiny, sort of meaningless things when you're a teenager, but when you grow up, you're like, hey, that was cool.
Yeah. My son has friends, or a number of friends that are like that. His friends are always, they come here to the house a lot and they feel at home here. So it's a good thing, Something just flashed on my screen here talking about like the last 50 episodes and whatnot. I just gotta point out as well, the one episode that I kind of really gave me that cringe factor in a way that I wasn't really happy about. I wouldn't say it's the worst episode, but it's close to it. Was episode 15. That was we talked about the pyramids, what was going on with China aid to Russia at that time. It felt so forced,
Oh, it was a cringe moment for you because we're talking about current events, the
No, it
news,
didn't. It's not a cringe factor because of that.
and that
Because
we're
we
not
also talked about
experts.
my line dancing experience. It just the
Why
whole
was it
conversation felt forced,
okay?
So it didn't feel it didn't flow properly for me. It didn't sit well, you know.
I like
Listen to
that
the episode.
episode. I like the story that you walked into a line dancing event
Well, yeah,
and
because that one was kind of cool, but 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 it's like the other parts where we just felt like the conversation did not. It just felt a little too forced.
oh, I'll tell you something though. It's a little awkward. Remember what I was telling you about, like how crazy I was about the pyramids and
Yeah.
how they could be like a power plant back in the. I was like, oh, not as nerdy as me. We're not in the same club here. I was like,
that was not
Jason wasn't it. Jason wasn't in the chess club when I was in high school. I remember that.
no, I was. I sorry. I was. I
You
actually
were?
at Westboro Middle School at the gym. I actually beat three people with three moves that season. That time, I remember that.
I never saw you in chess practice.
Kidding me? I was. Well, I didn't go to the practices as much, but every time it was tournament time or game time, I was there.
Mm,
Yeah, man.
okay.
I was in the yearbook playing chess. I think I was. Yeah, I think I
All right.
was.
All right. All right. All right.
Yeah. That was like that was like my nerdy moment.
Well, anyway, my point just being that yeah, I was testing out like topics on what would be interesting to talk about. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
I
not gonna
wasn't
talk to him about aliens and pyramids anymore. I'll do that
well,
on my own show.
I don't mind doing that, but that one just came out of nowhere. I wasn't prepared. You literally
Oh,
brought
okay.
it up and I wasn't prepared. I gotta give myself a quick tutorial on all the on things that we talk about.
I was just
Yeah.
so into it, watching it on Ancient Aliens,
Right.
Netflix, and that kind of thing lately.
Let me ask you that. So 50 episodes passed. What are you looking at? Or is there anything you're looking forward to or expecting moving forward?
Hold on, there was a question here. Why do you what? Why do you guys like? I don't know Wayaki. How do you even pronounce that? This is
Where
on
do you see that?
TikTok. On TikTok,
Why do you guys like
red
Wayak?
here 661 Wayaki. Sorry, red here. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, sorry, right here.
Vel 007577 just joined. Hello, guys. I'm getting distracted because I don't know how to answer your question.
I don't know what a Wayaki is. Is that like a Japanese term or something? It sounds like wasabi.
What was your question again? What do
So after 50 episodes,
yeah?
what are you looking forward to or what are you expecting moving
Uh,
forward?
give me a second to digest that. Another thing that I just appreciate that you let me sort of talk about on the podcast is the fact that I get to talk about my son or my
Mm,
moments with my son. That's the thing that I really like about our thing is that we get to, I get to talk. We get to talk about our family lives.
you don't you gotta stop with this. You need like letting you. I'm not letting
No,
you to begin with. You
fine.
do
That I
whatever the
get
hell
to.
you want.
That I get to.
You're
Whatever.
there you go. You're don't whatever it appreciate it.
I got it. I got it. But yeah, I like that our format is not so. Because when I was on the radio, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, for a good 10 years I was on the radio here,
Right.
and it just felt so awkward sharing anything like sort of personal,
Yeah.
like, oh, I was riding the Jeep today, or oh, I was riding the car or whatever. It was like it felt so awkward. It always had to be something about the music or something about the artist or
Mm,
something else about myself, nothing about Noel. But so it's not that I wanted to talk myself. Now that's narcissistic, right?
mm.
But it's not that. It's just that I just wanted the show to be more personal.
Nowadays, it's not narcissistic. It's self-love.
So just comparing my experience with the radio, that was like corporate compared to what we're doing now.
Right.
You know, like all buttoned up and square. I like that we're sort of just free flowing. And on
Yeah.
radio, you got to start and end on time. And I love the fact that we can just sort of free flow our time with the episodes here. So that's
It's-
appreciation. Moving forward, what am I looking forward to? Just more of the same thing.
Jesus Christ.
What about you? What do you mean?
It'd be nice. All right. We're going to air out some laundry here real quick. All right. We're going to do this on this episode.
I'll be on time. I'll be on time. Is that where we're gonna get to?
Well, yeah. You know what it shows me? The lack of care.
What
in
time did we
regards
start
to
today?
What?
What time did we start today?
Oh, 1 out of 50.
See, what time did we say we were gonna start today?
7. So we're
What
still
time
late.
did we What time did we actually start?
7:22.
What time are we supposed to end?
Well, we've never ever discussed what time we're supposed to end.
I thought you said 60 minutes, 90 minutes, hour and a half.
Yeah, it
Where are
hasn't
we at
been an
now?
hour and a half.
What? Where are we at now? It's already 8:47 in my watch.
We started at 7:22. I mean, you do the math.
Right. So
77
way
minutes. 77 minutes. Is that hour and a
beyond,
half?
beyond 60 minutes already. So we got like 20 minutes left.
Right. That was still hasn't reached that point yet. It'd be nice.
Okay.
All I'm saying is it'd be nice if there was a little bit more consistency in your part. I know. Listen, I know. I know there's a lot of things going on in your personal life. You're
What?
going-
No. What else? What else? What else? Don't explain yourself. What else?
I'd like to be more. I'd like to stick to my own schedule a little bit more. If I'm being honest.
Like if
Like-
I have work to do and I need to tell you, like, I got to take this job. I can't do the recording this Thursday. Can we do it another day? That kind of thing.
What are you talking about? No, because
What are
that's
you
normal.
talking about? I'm asking you what you mean. Like, oh, you mean like when we set when we do change the time?
No, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Like, I feel like right now, I'm talking from my personal experience. Okay, right now, it just feels like I'm procrastinating on what I want to do or what I need to do for the show. I try to put time aside on my day-to-day basis and like incorporate it, the show onto things that needs to be done, incorporate it into my day-to-day basis. Am I always? I'd say out of 7 days or out of 6 days of the week, I'm 50% on schedule or in the same boat of what I'm supposed to be doing for the show. You know what I mean? For me, moving forward and my expectations and what I want out of it is, I'd like to be a little bit more. I just need to manage my time properly. That's horrible, to be honest with you. There's so much time that I waste doing absolutely nothing or it's disgusting. I'm a little, you don't understand. I used to have a pretty bad case of OCD. So that kind of stuff bothers the crap out of me. And like being late. I hate being late. It annoys me.
You check the doors like 3 times before you get out of the house?
Well,
you
no,
go to bed
before
at night?
twice. Yes, I sometimes double check. I physically lock it downstairs and put
Mm.
like the door lock. There's like a handle that holds the door together.
Mm.
And then I still have to look at the downstairs camera just to double check if I did it or not.
Mm.
I do that. It's horrible.
Okay. You want to talk about it? What's really bothering you?
No, I thought I could have sworn I just said it. In your case, it'd be nice if you'd be a little bit more present on the show in regards to what you need to do for it. God,
Present.
Present is like a haiku type of, not a haiku, but what do you call that?
More present?
I don't know how to put it. No, I don't. It's not present. It's present doesn't mean present, physically present, but I don't know how to explain it. I'm having a hard time explaining it. Really? It's like that's like a trademark on episode. Every episode you have to wipe your nose.
I wasn't blowing my nose. I was just wiping it because it was dripping. Um,
Okay. What else? Ugh. I gotta go to Home Depot still. I
and
do
correct
actually.
your
I got.
correct your mistakes.
I have to buy like a little. They sell these little saws that are like $5, so I can cut the wood myself. Because in Home Depot or any of these places, if they have to cut less than a foot, they won't do it. So I gotta do it myself, which kind of sucks, but it's all good.
That's a good sell. The way they won't do it, so now you're forced to buy your own saw.
Yeah, but it's $5. I got like $5 in quarters in my car, so that's okay. I'm not spending
For
a lot.
the saw?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. For the
Yeah.
saw. So now you gotta get the saw. So they sell you something.
Yeah. So, yeah, 50 episodes. I still can't believe it. Oh,
I think we barely scratched the surface.
I don't even think we're close to it. We're not even. We're definitely barely scratched the surface there. That's
Yeah.
true.
I can't. Okay, this is what I'm looking forward to. I'm sort of looking forward to. I was complaining and saying and ranting and raving about how we're talking about. Do we get to talk about ourselves? It's so personal and yada yada yada. But I look forward to it sort of maturing. It's kind of like we were doing our baby steps, moving forward, and then becoming we're sort of teenagers right now. We're sort of like just figuring out what we like and what we want to do. I'm looking forward to the show, or for us, sort of, and the maturing the topics towards something that would be a little less away from Noel and Jason's lives, towards something more Filipino, Western or American culture, kind of
Right.
bigger than ourselves. But we got to start somewhere.
Right. And then plus, I
And-
think we have actually gone and ventured off in that path a little bit. But the problem there is, I kind of know what you're saying. The problem there is the easiest way to talk about stuff is if it relates to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For us to be able to generate an opinion about something or an experience, we need to be able to, relate it to ourselves and whatnot. Because it's hard to talk about something that we have no relation to.
We're not experts on any specific topic, so we're learning along the way. And like I said, we start before we're ready, quote unquote ready, and therefore, we're trying to figure out how to open the parachute while we jump as we jump out of the plane, so to speak. So
that's like a deadly comparison.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like, let's just get it done.
Right.
So
I agree.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to figuring it out a little better in the future. Okay. All right. Acknowledge the time.
Yes.
We
need to police each other on that properly, like the ending and the starting, because our time schedules are not schedules, our time frame for each episode is all over the place. So we really,
Where are we at now for this particular episode?
Oh man, we're way over. About 5 minutes. We're 5 minutes under an hour and a half. I think we need to keep it in an hour. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. Again, another episode of like whatever, all over the place.
That was quick.
Yeah. That was actually kind of quick. And to the guy that relieved himself during the show, thanks. I'm very, very flattered.
That's a first.
That's a first.
Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. Let us know so that we can shine my head a little bit better.
Let us know how we can help.
Yeah. We'll give you
Let's make this interactive experience for everybody.
Yeah, rub it faster. Yeah, that's right.
Not that
Anyway.
kind of way.
Anyway, 50 episodes in, it has been a pleasure, and we look forward to the next 50 for the end of the
I'm
year.
looking forward to Tins Tinola for tonight.
Ah, that sounds so good.
Woo. Fresh
For the sile.
chicken with the special request of green. Do you call it chili there? It's like this. Do you mind grabbing me one? I'm wondering before we go, can I just ask you if you have this in where you live? This
What?
green sile, but it's like really long.
Banana peppers.
Is that what you call it?
Because they're not spicy. They're just it has that tangy, sweet flavor into it
Yeah,
with
so
a
we
little
put
bit
it
of spice.
Thank you. We put it in
Yeah.
Fish sauce.
Yep.
Chop it up with
Yep.
and it's whew,
You know what you need to do with that? I'm
What do we
I'm
need
gonna
to do
share
with
with you something. Okay, you take one of those, and then you also buy jalapenos, right?
jalapeno peppers.
Jalapeno
Oh.
peppers and that banana peppers. You slice it.
So wait, banana peppers daw tawag dito sa kanila.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
you
then
take that, you slice it, right?
oh.
And then you also slice your jalapeno,
Mm,
and then you put pinakurat.
pinakurat.
Yes. You put it in the fridge.
No, they are not banana peppers.
Yeah,
Wait, your
listen.
wife says it's like we can't hear you. Han, on the microphone.
Sabi ni... Ano pangalan ng wife niya?
Your wife
Hmm.
messaging.
No, they are not banana pepper. He is
No, that's
talking
not Thai
about
peppers,
Thai
babe. Can you
pepper.
show her again? Show her on the camera.
This is what I love. Your wife correcting you in the middle of the show,
I know it's
telling you what's up.
see, that's not Thai peppers, babe. That's the big ones. That's the one that you put on sinigang.
Yeah.
That's not banana. That's not Thai peppers. Thai pepper is the one that I eat, the small one,
Sinigang ba to?
spicy
Yeah.
one.
Pang sinigang.
Sinigang yan. Siling panigang. in
Siling
Tagalog.
panigang.
Yeah. See.
Oh, is that what it's called? Siling panigang?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Tagalog.
know that.
Well, she keeps saying. My wife keeps saying that it's not banana peppers. Well, whatever that is. Okay,
So
that one.
that's also
That one and jalapeno peppers. You slice it up. You put some
Yeah,
pinakurat,
The jalapeno. I remember.
salt and pepper, and then put it in the fridge for 10 minutes, and then you eat it out. Basically, eat it like that. It's just pickling it, and it's good.
Yeah.
and I love the fact that I'm getting fat because of this show. You know, we're talking about food and eating food all the time.
That's how I got
And-
fat and chubby too, because my wife's
Wait,
cooked.
no. Nakadalawa si Papa ng bowl.
So my dad had 2 bowls of Tins Tinola.
Nice.
It's
nice,
comfort
nice.
food during this rainy, gloomy weather. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
love it.
Okay.
And I love how it's just so simple. It's just chicken, nilaga. You know, it's boiled with
With sayote.
sayote and. Pero ano yung soup? Why do I love the soup so much? Ano yung linalagay dun? Patis?
Patis.
Patis. For tinola,
Just
patis.
basic, nothing fancy.
Do you,
know.
do you use chicken broth?
French toast is more complicated.
One chicken broth.
Yeah, one chicken
little
broth,
bit.
diba? Tapos nilalagyan ko rin ng isang chicken cube.
Dahon ng sili.
No, I don't put down a sile. I use
Or
cabbage.
malunggay.
Ang akin, ang secret ko is cabbage and a lot of ginger. Madaming ginger.
Yeah. Me too. Nilalagyan ko
Yeah.
ng ginger.
Sarap.
Is that a secret?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, that's I like it. But when my wife cooks sinigang, oh my God, I hate it. I feel like gluttony is just key, you know?
Yeah.
And when
'Cause
she
this
makes her,
There's heavy sinigang or there's heavy tinola soup, but there's one that's like it's just right. So you don't feel heavy and you don't feel umay after.
that's impossible. It's impossible to do something like that.
No. No, that's what I mean. There's some taste. No, it's just too much. The taste is just too much. Then there's taste. There's tinola, for example, where you want more. You can't like stop because
That's what I'm
it's
saying. But
just-
that's typically the heavy flavor. That's what makes
You
you,
like-
want more.
oh, I don't like the heavy flavor.
Oh man, when my wife said it's hard to find malunggay here. What's malunggay?
Malunggay leaves.
Is that the leaves that she was talking about?
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
malunggay in English?
I don't know. But yeah,
Wait,
when my
wait.
wife makes when my wife makes her sinigang, so what happens is so she pressure
Coarse
cooks the pork
radish.
first, right?
horseradish
Ah.
leaves.
Pero I put dahon ng sili.
Dahon ng sili.
Umay does not exist with Jason. I don't know what umay is. Babe, what's umay?
No,
Umay.
umay.
Yung umay, hindi ka daw na-umay.
I don't know what
Yeah,
that
no.
is. Umay.
Oh,
Hindi,
oh,
hindi ka
when you have
nagsasawa sa, like, sa food.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, she just literally
No.
so
maybe what she's thinking is busog, like you don't feel full.
yeah. Well,
But what
even
I
though I
mean is-
do, when she makes that, even though I do, I still keep eating.
No, umay is negative in terms of there's just too much something. It's a negative thing where
Like, it's like-
even if I'm not full, like I'm thinking Krispy Kremes. Like I don't want
Gluttony.
more.
No,
No,
you
no,
want
because-
more.
No, I don't want more because there's just too much of something there already that's just I don't want anymore. It's like one bite is enough.
That's the difference. That's the difference there. When, like I said, so she pressure cooks the pork, right? And then within that, that's how she creates the blend for her sinigang, right? Ugh. My God, it's so good. I can't stop eating.
I'm sure that it's
insane.
good, but here's what I mean. You're familiar with the restaurant like Pho, right? Pho?
Yeah.
Okay. Their broth is just right, like sort of in the middle. There's a bad version of that. Let's say you try to make it at home and then you put a little too much something and you're like, why
Yeah.
doesn't it
Yeah,
taste as good as it does in Pho?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. But
That's the negative umay that I mean. And umay, I don't think is ever good.
Well,
Umay is
Like, you put something like a mayonnaise.
like too much mayonnaise on your tacos. That's umay. Like, or you try to add like, I don't know, sugar on your donut
Oh, my
more than
wife
it really needs.
My wife just pointed out on TikTok that I can
Jason
eat pho
can
every
eat
day,
pho every day.
which is true.
Yeah, same.
I can eat pho all day long.
But when we tried to make our own pho at home, like our own like Vietnamese chicken noodle soup, for example, the first few times was like not umay, it's too much. Like it almost tastes as if we put like ajinomoto on it or
A what?
I don't know, how do you describe umay? Yeah, like betsin or something that you're not supposed to put. Like the
Oh.
ingredients are not fresh.
You said something like a Ajinomoto. I'm like, what is that? Like a thingamajig?
Yeah, the Ajinomoto, it's a betchin.
Oh,
That's a
that's the brand.
Yeah,
Like
that's a brand.
how do you describe that? It's like a
Akala
taste.
ko- Akala ko it's like
Tastes
another
like
terminology, like a thingamajig or thingamajig.
Oh no, Ajinomoto. Yeah, no, it's a Japanese. It's not flavoring, but it adds. Huh?
MSG, sabi niya.
MSG. Yeah.
MSG.
Like bad Chinese food. If the ingredients are not fresh,
Right.
you're like, that's.
I still don't know what the purpose of MSG is. What exactly is MSG? What exactly does it do?
Like, parang acidic, parang ganun.
Like brings out the flavor. I think how they market it.
I
Like
don't
for
know.
whatever it is that you're cooking, it's adding more flavor to it, and you're like, too much.
Mm.
Usually, mga naglalagay niya mga Chinese.
But again, going back to let's say our favorite soup like pho, or I mean, how about bad ramen? Do you ever eat ramen?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I mean.
It's with ramen though. The soup is not the the soup is not the star for ramen.
Mm.
It's the noodles.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
okay.
And there's just bad ramen noodles out there. The soup is just the
Mm-mm.
base. It's the noodles that's the star.
Mm.
That's why you see
So-
a lot of Japanese people when they make ramen as well. They drain the soup out, right? And then they mix the noodles with whatever it is that they want to mix it with.
So to emphasize what I mean about umay, that's what I do also. If I don't like the soup, I just jump into the noodles and just ignore the soup totally because it's too much. It's like umay.
My wife is like airing out my dirty laundry. My wife is airing out my dirty laundry all the time here. Like she's also telling everybody that I eat ramen a lot. Yes, I do. Stop. Shh. I like.
My tinola's getting cold. Let's end this.
Okay. So, all right, well, guys, thank you again. 50 episodes in. We look forward for the next 50 in the rest of the year. Peace out, Girl Scout. This is the flip side with Jay and Noel. Thank you for everybody for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Again, this
You know,
is the
this
flip
is the
side.
Duterte thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't I mean,
But the Marcos.
Marcos is, they always come up with these like,
you know what that means for me and my daughter? When you do this, you know what that means? It's
Mm.
ET, you know, like ET.
oh, E.T.,
oh,
E.T.,
no.
E.T., oh. And then you remember Cory.
Oh my God, loser.
Eh,
Loser.
That's on your forehead. But if you go like
this
this,
one.
Laban.
oh, what's this one? What's this one?
Opa.
That's I just found out about that. Love, like I love you.
Yeah.
Right. I love you. What's this one? Just kidding.
And
Nakabado
that's
tayo dyan.
how we're gonna end the show for
And
today.
that's what we had. Thank you guys again. This is the flip side with Jay and Noel. My name is Jay.
My name is Noel.
We'll catch you later.
This is that's not what I meant to do. It's like
Violation sa TikTok yan.
PH.
Okay, we'll catch you later.
Man. On the flip side.
You can catch the full episodes on youtube.com at The Flip Side with Jay and Noel. Full episodes uploaded every Wednesdays and Saturdays.